Coffee is a daily ritual for billions of people worldwide. It fuels mornings, sharpens focus, and even has a reputation of being good for your health. But what if I told you that the line between coffee as a health booster and coffee as a health risk is much thinner than you think? Some studies claim it extends life, while others warn of heart problems and addiction. So which is it? Is coffee actually healthy, or is it just an addiction that we've convinced ourselves is good for us? To understand whether coffee is healthy, we first have to look at what it does to the body. The key ingredients in coffee is caffeine, the world's most widely consumed stimulant. It blocks adenosine, a neurotransmitter responsible for making you feel sleepy. This gives you a sense of alertness and wakefulness, making it easier to focus and stay productive. But coffee isn't just about caffeine. It also contains antioxidant compounds that helps to protect cells from damage. In fact, coffee is one of the richest sources of antioxidants in the modern diet, often providing more than fruits and vegetables for some people. These antioxidants are thought to play a role in reducing inflammation, fighting oxidative stress, and even lowering the risk of chronic diseases. Research has linked coffee consumption to a lower risk of several major diseases. Studies suggest that people who drink coffee regularly have a reduced risk of type 2 diabetes, as coffee seems to improve insulin sensitivity and glucose metabolism. The antioxidants in coffee may also protect the brain cells, potentially reducing the risks of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. And if that wasn't enough, then there is the heart. For years, coffee was thought to be bad for cardiovascular health, but more recent studies have found that moderate coffee consumption, about 3 to 5 cups per day, is actually associated with a lower risk of heart disease. Coffee drinkers tend to have lower rates of strokes, and some research suggests that it may even improve heart function by helping blood vessels to relax. Liver health also seems to benefit from coffee. Chronic liver diseases, including fatty liver and cirrhosis, appears to be less common amongst coffee drinkers. Some studies have even found that coffee may slow the progression of liver scarring and reduce the risk of liver cancer. And for those looking to stay active, coffee has a well-documented effect on physical performance. It increases adrenaline levels, helps release fatty acids into the bloodstream for energy, and can improve endurance. This is why caffeine is one of the most widely used performance-enhancing substances in sports. But coffee isn't a perfect elixir of health. The same caffeine that boosts your energy and alertness can become a problem when consumed in excess. The body builds a tolerance to caffeine over time, meaning that you may need more to achieve the same effect, leading to dependence. And one of the most obvious drawbacks I have experienced on myself of too much coffee is the impact on sleep. Since caffeine has a long half-life, it can stay in your system for hours, disrupting sleep cycles. And poor sleep in turn leads to fatigue, increased stress, and even a higher risk of chronic diseases like heart disease and obesity. And we all know that with obesity comes a hell of a lot more diseases. So yeah, let's continue with the coffee instead of diving into another rabbit hole. Because there's also the effect on anxiety and heart health. While moderate coffee consumption has been linked to reducing heart disease risk, excessive caffeine intake can increase heart rate, causing palpitations and raise blood pressure. Some people are even genetically predisposed to metabolize coffee slower, meaning that even moderate amounts can make them feel jittery or anxious. Coffee also has an effect on digestion. While some people find it helps with regularity, others experience acid reflux, stomach irritation, digestive comfort. So coffee is naturally acidic, and for people with conditions like GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, it can even worsen the symptoms. And let's not forget what's often added to coffee. While black coffee in itself has almost 0 calories, adding sugar, syrups and heavy cream can turn a simple cup into a high calorie, high sugar beverage that contributes to weight gain and metabolic issues. So the problem isn't necessarily the coffee, it is what we put in it. So where is the tipping point? Research suggests that moderate coffee consumption up to about 3 to 5 cups per day tend to be beneficial for most people. But once you go beyond that, the risks start to outweigh the benefits. Drinking more than 400 milligrams of caffeine per day, the equivalent of about 4 cups of coffee, can lead to negative effects like insomnia, restlessness, increased heart rate, or even a higher risk of bone loss over time. People who are pregnant or have certain medical conditions such as anxiety disorder or high blood pressure may need to be even more cautious. Some health guidelines recommend that pregnant women limit caffeine intake to maximum of 200 milligrams per day, preferably none. And the 200 milligrams is about 1 regular cup of coffee. And the reason for this is that coffee has been linked to pregnancy complications. And if we move on a bit, then caffeine withdrawal is something you will experience if you drink too much coffee and you then stop drinking it. For example, you are used to taking your morning coffee and a couple of cups throughout the day, then you start skipping your morning coffee. This results in headaches, fatigues, irritability and brain fog. Then you have the sign that your body has developed a physical reliance on caffeine. And while coffee can provide a temporary boost, relying on it to make up for chronic sleep deprivation or poor lifestyle habits is where it shifts from a health benefit to a health crusher. If you drink coffee just to function rather than enjoying it as part of a balanced routine, it might be time to reevaluate your relationship with coffee. While coffee has been praised as a super drink and demonized as a health risk, the truth is more complex. It can protect the brain, the heart, the liver, and boost your metabolism. It can even enhance your focus, but only when consumed in the right amount. The line between helpful and harmful isn't in the drink itself, but in how much, how often, and how you consume it. So the real question isn't, is coffee healthy, but how do you drink it? And that's a question you need to answer yourself. And until you find that answer, well, check out this video right here. I promise you that it is a great video about health, nursing and related stuff. And YouTube knows you will like it. That is why it has been picked especially for you. So I'm looking forward to seeing you right over there.